Okay, great. I think we should be good to go. Anyway, we'll have also the recording activated so that people can listen as well in the future.
Yes.
So, hi everyone. I'm Benoit from Unicast. So we are really excited to be hosting the second AMA. So today we have a new guest, Stefaniya, who's the founder and CEO of HR InX and has extensive experience as well in the talent and the recruitment space.
Hi, everyone. Thank you
So,
for your warm
yeah,
welcome.
today's actually topic will be something that many of you have been asking, which is how to create a CV that stands out in Web3. So whether you are already in the space or coming from Web2, crafting the right CV can make all the difference. So for those who are unfamiliar as well with Unicast and why we are hosting this AMA, so we've built the first Web3 job board and career ecosystem platform on Telegram, connecting talented professionals with Web3 project in the space. And with Unicast Mini App, you can browse, apply, and share jobs with your friend, all without leaving Telegram. So to share more about our background, we started when we noticed a significant gap in the market. So while Web3 communities are thriving on Telegram, job searching was still stuck on traditional Web2 platforms that don't fit our industry's culture and needs. That's why we created this solution where both job searching and hiring happen right uh, where the Web3 communities already is, which is on Telegram. So now, so far, we are working with more than 60 Web3 projects, and we have a community of more than 18,000 professionals and quickly growing. So to come back to the topic, CV writing in Web3 is fascinating. It's quite different from the traditional industries. So whether you're a developer wanting to highlight your blockchain experience or a marketer showcasing your community building skills, knowing how to present yourself effectively is crucial. So with Stefaniya today, we'll be covering several crucial points about this topic, which first will be what recruiters look for in a CV, common mistake to avoid, how to structure your CV effectively, the best way to showcase technical and non-technical skills, special considerations for Web3 applications, and practical tips for both experienced professionals and newcomer. So before we dive into these topics, a quick reminder, feel free to drop your question below. We'll try to cover as many as possible for the next 30 minutes. So, Stefania, welcome. Really appreciate you joining us today. So, before we get into the different question, would you like to introduce yourself a bit and share about your journey to Web3 and recruitment?
Yes, sure. Thank you for inviting. I'm so appreciated. Yeah, I'm Stefania, and I'm happy to share a little bit more about my journey in the world Web3 and recruitment. With over 10 years of experience specializing in sourcing IT professionals, my career has always been driven by a passion for connecting the right talent with the right opportunities. Uh, for me, recruitment, it's not just about filling roles. It's about solving complex problems and delivering results that meet the client's unique needs. I entered the Web3 space because of my strong interest in emerging technologies like blockchain, DeFi, NFTs, and more. These innovations are shaping the future of how we work, communicate, and create value. At HRNX, in my global recruiting agency, I found we are proud to source groundbreaking talents across 20 plus countries. Our focus is on fast growing industries such as fintech, AI, blockchain, using a tailored approach for every hire to make sure it's aligns with each client's unique goals. We aim to build really long-term partnership by matching candidates, not just professionally, but also culturally, fostering connections that last beyond the initial hire. The repair pace and transformative potential of Web3 perfectly matched by drive to innovative and push boundaries in recruitment. It's an exciting space to work in, and I look forward to answering your questions and sharing a little bit more.
Perfect. Well, we can jump right into it. So, to start, what do you think would be a good way to build and structure a resume in this industry?
Okay, let's talk about structure. First, we should start from header. It should be include name, contact info, location, links to GitHub, LinkedIn, Twitter, Discord. Of course, it's if it's relevant. Then it's languages, proficient in spoken and writing languages such as English, Spanish, etc. Wherever. Then it's objective or summary. 2-3 lines on why you're passionate about Web3 and the value you bring. Uh, you know, Mostly recruiters really like to read these lines. Then it's a skill section for developers, technical languages, frameworks, and blockchains. Non technical roles, community building, strategy, or analytics skills. Then it's a work experience. Keep descriptions short and focused on key achievements and measurable results. Then a little bit more about key achievements. For non-technical roles, for example, like marketing, business devs, etc., successful campaign launches that led to measurable growth in revenue or sales. Just for example, generating $300K from an NFT sale. For developers, creating features that resulted in increased user numbers or improved blockchain performance, like reducing transaction processing time. Then it's a little bit about projects, showcase personal initiatives like the app development, NFT collection, or DAO contributions. And education include university degrees, courses, certification, and hackathons.
Okay, great. And in those sections, are they section that should be absolutely included in Web3 CV that might not be so common in traditional ones?
Uh, um, Actually, maybe I will disappointed you, but but I didn't see a lot of difference between Web3 resumes and usual resumes. This is a best structure for every type of resumes, but I tell you
Mhm.
about points what directly should be in CVs.
Okay, yeah. And uh, do you think it's important to customize the CV for different roles? For example, should a CV of someone that's more technical be structured differently, or for someone non-technical, what do you think about the graphic aspect? Does it have an impact, or it's better to stay simple most of the time?
Okay. Uh, for about customized essential, yes, of course. Yeah, tailor your CV to emphasize the most relevant skills and experience for each role. For example, for a smart contract position, focus on solidity and audits. For a community role, highlights DAO work and governance contribution. What about you asked me about view of this CV, yes.
Mm. And so usually when you are filling a position, what's usually the first thing that you look
Mhm.
when you review a CV? Is it mostly about the experience or the training or
Mhm.
the last project or the results from a specific project?
Okay, yeah. First, things to look for its relevant experience and achievements. Yeah, for example, like contribution to blockchain projects, DApp development, or DAO participation. Then it's a clear results. For example, developed a smart contract that processed 1 million plus transactions. Then it's a technical skills for developers, proficiency in blockchain languages, Solidity, Rust, etc., and protocols. For non-technical roles, it's a knowledge of the Web3 ecosystem and tools like Dune or Nansen. And of course, it's a community involvement, active participation in DAOs, forums, or governance activities. And only in the end, it's your education, actually.
Okay, and so now on a different subject, what do you think are the biggest mistakes that you see people making on the CVs usually?
Oh, it's my favorite question, you know. Yeah. Okay, I will start from too much fluff, like a buzzword without evidence. Like, NFT expert, NFT guru with no actual project to show. It's a worse thing. Then it's a lack of metrics, like skipping results like user growth, trading volumes, or gas optimization, and poor formatting, or like complex designs or poorly organized content, making it hard to scan to a recruiter or employer.
Okay, and otherwise for developers, do you think they should be presenting most of the technical skills? So sometimes I guess it can become a bit blurry or a bit too long if someone is listing all
Yeah,
the technical skills. What
yeah.
do you think specifically, or is it better to have, for example, a GitHub link?
Yeah, okay. I will tell you how will be better to structure technical skills. Uh, Divide into categories like programming languages, development tools, blockchain platforms. Then focus on expertise, not surface level familiarity. If you are just starting with something, mention basic knowledge. Better to write it directly. For example, Solidity 3 years, Rust 1 year, JavaScript 5 year. It's programming languages. Then, for example, blockchains, Ethereum, Polygon, experienced. Solana, basic knowledge. Then tools, hard hat, truffle, and etc. Like this. And metrics matter. If you are worked on a smart contracts, mention specifics like optimized gas
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
usage by 15%, or
Mhm.
smart contract based audits with no critical issues.
Okay,
just
perfect.
just
Yeah, that's
really
very clear.
just be a structure. Yeah, it's an important thing in every kind of CVs.
Okay, Greg, just a reminder as well, feel free to share your question below or on the community networking chat. We'll try to pick them up after. I just had a question regarding what's your view when it comes to including, for example, crypto wallet addresses or NFTs project on CV. Do you think it's somewhat relevant for someone to show that he's already involved in the space, or it's really like uh,
Hmm.
particular depending on which role the person is applying to?
Hmm. Hmm. Uh, You should only include them if they're relevant to the role. Yes, like for example, DeFi trading or strategy development. And instead of raw wallet addresses linked to a portfolio like Dune Analytics, Nonsense, etc. If we speak about like NFT projects, it's absolutely include them if you are built or contributed to notable collections. For example, creator of X NFT collection, 10,000 items, $500K trading volume, and best practice link to a professional portfolio with the project details instead of listening raw wallet addresses.
Okay, makes sense. And for people transitioning from Web 2 to Web 3, would you have some tips about how they could transform a bit their CVs to boost their application in this new space?
Oh, okay. Highlight transferable skills. Okay, if you are coming from Web 2 for developers, explain how your backend, front-end skills apply to the app development. For marketing, show experience in digital marketing and how it translates to community building in Web 3. Then I recommend to you create a transition to Web 3 section, like mention certifications, courses, hackathons, or personal projects. For example, completed Ethereum developer bootcamp at Consensus Academy, or build a DeFi project at Denver, something like that.
Okay, yeah. Otherwise, we had a question in the chat. So, from your personal experience, do you think it takes more applications on average and more interviews to find a job in Web 3, or is it quite similar to the traditional space?
Actually, it's depend on vacancy, but in Web 3 right now we don't have a lot of candidates, a lot of fit candidates to some roles, and for me, really less applications to Web 3 roles than Web 2.
Okay, okay. And so now we have still a few other practical questions from the chat. Do you recommend to have photos in a CV or not?
As a recruiter,
Yeah.
as a recruiter, I will tell you, yes, sure, it will be better to add a photo, but in as I know, like in some countries, it's not available. Some discrimination or something like that, and you should know like policy of your countries how to do this. But I will recommend to add your photo in your CV profile, because when you start to when you start to know candidates, you want to see his personality, you want to see how he look like, yes, and with whom you will work for a long time maybe, and it will be better to add. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, makes sense. I've seen a few people as well adding NFT image as their profile picture on the
Yeah.
CVs as well
Yeah.
a few times.
Yeah, and really a lot of candidates, they don't add photo in CV, because some candidates, they are afraid. I don't know why, but sometimes they afraid somebody don't look them. But
Yeah.
I think it's not like proficient way. Recruiters never look at at your photo like as a how to say, like as a boyfriend or girlfriend, you know. They look at you as a profession. Yes, and I think you should add it.
Yeah. And when it comes to the CV format itself, do you think PDF format are the best? I've seen a few people as well sending as a Word documents or even sometime as an image, so with a JPEG or a PNG format.
About Word, yes, it's okay. About PDF, yes, it's okay. But um, but about JPEG, recruiters use applicant tracking system, ATS. Like many companies use ATS software to manage CVs, and creative resumes in format like a JPEG. It's don't work well with this system, which often means recruiters must input the data manually. This can harm your chances. Nobody like it. Yes.
I've seen as well a few times some recruiters as well not really liking the Word document format because sometimes they can be scared of a hack. As I think there was a few hacks before in the past when you were
Hmm.
opening a Word document or something like that. So I think, yeah,
Hmm.
I agree that PDF is the most optimized.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an interesting point when it comes to the ATS. Would you have some tips to optimize someone resume to an ATS? So obviously, if it's a technical role, it's a bit easier because it's in keyword. But when it comes to maybe marketing or business development or customer support, how do you think those people should optimize the CV for ATS?
Um, um, I think for every kind of role, will be better to use standard format. Yeah, I really recommend avoid creative or design resumes. I will
Mm,
tell you why. First, it's evaluation focused on the content, not the formatting. For Web3 roles, it's more important to show your results, skills, and strategic thinking than to focus on a visual creativity in your resume. Then it's a risk of low readability, like complicated fonts, graphs, or overloaded layouts can make your resume harder to read, which may frustrate the recruiter. Then I tell before about applicant tracking system. Yeah. And last one, it's a clear formatting standards, what I speak a little bit before. Like recruiters and managers, they are expect structured and easy to read resumes. If your CV doesn't meet these standards, it could create a negative impression or make it harder to evaluate quickly.
okay. That's great. As a way, on another point, I think in the past we had shared a template or examples of good CV or what we would advise. So we'll try to find it back to share it with it
Mhm,
after in the recap of this AMA.
mhm.
When it comes to the length of a CV, do you think it's better to try to stick as much as possible to one page, even if someone has a lot of experience, or is it okay to go two or even 3 page on some roles?
Uh, my opinion, don't put all information in one page. For most roles, 1, 2 pages is ideal. 2, 3 pages are acceptable for senior candidates or those with extensive relevant experience, but only if every details adds value. Ideally, provide details description of your most recent 3 5 years of experience. earlier roles can be summarized with the key information as a company name, position title, and a work period. Like this?
Okay. Yeah, perfect. And as well, I was thinking when it comes to usually including informal education, what do you think about including hackathons or online courses? Do you think it's good, relevant, or is it better to stick with the more
Yeah,
normal education?
yeah, absolutely. For Web3, absolutely. Hackathons and online certifications are highly respected in the Web3 and include the project name, your role, and the outcome. Here really difference between Web2 because in Web2 some courses they're not actually too much fit to role because quality of the some education courses in Web2 they're not enough for some, I don't know, for some developers, for example. Yes, but for Web3, absolutely you should tell about online courses or hackathons. Yes.
Yeah, as obviously there are not so many degrees in blockchain,
Yeah.
Web3, or digital assets for
Yes.
now. Do you have some that comes in your mind in terms of like the best prestige or reputation when it comes to online courses or hackathon or that someone could do to put on their CV uh, with aside from the university side, I mean?
Oh, good question. Right now, what's in my mind? Some courses in Constance's Academy, for example. Then some like F Denver. It's good to have some projects or hackathons in this conference.
Yeah, I agree. It's often great to see, especially I agree, hackathons.
Mhm,
I think if people who are listening have the chance to sometime attend big event in the blockchain space or the crypto space,
mhm.
they most likely always hosting hackathons. So even if you don't want to launch your own project, but I think it's always a great experience to put on your resume, and
Sure.
it shows your involvement to building something in the space. Um, so yeah, I think we'll try to check if we have any other question.
You know, you
Otherwise,
know,
we are nearing the end of this AMA. Do you have any last tip otherwise, like
yes.
Stefania, or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
for people actively looking for the next opportunities?
Yeah, like just last moment, what I want to tell you about some courses or hackathons. It will be great if you will show to employers your code and open source contribution. If you have it in GitHub or Stack Overflow, it does matter. It will be plus to add in your CV. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And as well, the personal branding is always great to see people like communicating on social or interacting. I think it's always a great plus. Um, so do you have any last tips for those people who are currently looking for the either the first opportunities in the space or people transitioning from Web2 to Web3? Some general career or job hunting last tips?
Let's think. Uh, First, think what you should to know. Everything in this life is possible. If you want to change the sphere area in your profession way, you can do this. You can do. Yes, really. Like you can do everything, and second one, don't be afraid to ask another proficient, another people to help with recommendation, with some courses, with hackathons, with some advices about, for example, I don't know, with your CV. You know, I can tell you, like, I can tell you 100 information about recruiters. They are these kind of people are really like to help people. And if you have any questions about your CV, or you afraid about some lines, you can write to some recruiters in LinkedIn, for example, and just ask a small help with this, and they will be glad to help you. Of course, not everyone, yes, I know,
Yeah.
but you can find the right person who can help you. And don't be afraid to ask help people. Yeah, I think like this.
Okay, that's perfect. Well, I think we can wrap up. This has been an insightful session. Thank you, Stefaniya, for sharing those tips.
Yeah.
We'll make sure as well to do a recap afterwards with the key points and the takeaway. So, yeah, to everyone looking to improve their CV in Web3. So remember that presenting yourself effectively is the key to standing out in this competitive industry. So while crafting obviously the perfect CV takes time and effort, insight shared today should help you to create an effective resume. Um, Before we go as well, don't forget to follow us for more content like this on X or at Unicast AI to stay tuned with futures AMA and career insight. We also have the networking channel on Telegram and the job board where we post new opportunities daily and share career insight as well. And do follow Stefaniya and HR InX on X. So we'll share our social afterwards in the recap.
Yeah.
But thanks again to you,
Mhm.
Stefaniya, for sharing your expertise
Yes.
today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone for questions, and of course, send to me your CVs if you are profession in Web3. We're looking for right now middle plus and senior position. If you are, then uh, just write me. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. We'll make sure to share everything on the job board as well,
Yeah.
so people know it's coming from you. So we are planning as well on another note to host more AMAs with industry experts. So if you have topics or if you'd like us to cover specific topics or guests that you'd like to hear from, feel free to reach out directly, DM us on X or Telegram. And thanks you all for joining us today, and good luck with your CV writing. Bye bye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Cheers.